Oh my goodness.
This is going to your yard, sir.
Get out of here.
It's a gift.
Hey, you found us here in our plant shed. My name is Art.
I'm Kendall.
And we're here to talk about
Plants.
but not just plants this week. Unfortunately, we have to talk about something else that's ornamental. We're all about ornamental plants.
Absolutely.
That's the whole reason that we're here.
It's all about
And
plants.
we've been doing this for several months. Mm-hmm. In the course of that, you've gone out and you've taken a lot of photos.
Yes.
And there's something that you've discovered that I wanted to avoid for a long time.
Yes.
I didn't really want to talk about it. You showed me the pictures, and I just left them to the side.
Yes.
Welcome to my garden.
So
We're talking about garden gnomes.
We are.
Garden ornamentation, even.
Yes.
'Cause there's many branches of this
Oh boy,
phenomenon.
it is. It is out there, and it is prevalent, and they're kind of fun. They're kind of neat.
It's kind of out of hand.
It is, but this is fun. And they're busy, and they're out in their yard and having a great time. Look at all the plethora of amazing plants out there. Is that fantastic?
Is it fantastic or is it tacky?
You know, there's a lot going on out there. I'm looking at the plants, and I just went, oh, wait a minute. What's going on here? There's some...
So you're just walking up into these people's yards and...
Yes, there is a little bit of that going on out there. If you see me in your yard, I do love you. Is that amazing?
We have what I would call... I don't think there's any other choice but to say that it is a garden decoration compulsive disorder that some people have.
Yes.
Now, we understand you have a ornamental plant compulsive disorder. You can't help yourself.
Some of us do suffer from that,
So
yes.
you can't go to this person who lives here and say, just say gnome.
Right. No.
Because this house here, they, wow.
You know,
I mean, it's not just the presence of this
I know where you're going.
kitschy stuff, but there's...
Where are the plants?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not dig it.
Oh. It's out there.
All right, we got
There's some
back
plants.
to plants.
Okay.
A little silly.
Yeah. We've got plants going on, though.
Of course, the flamingo, classic.
Oh, this is kind of fun. Got a little fairy garden theme
like
going
that
on here.
stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we're just gonna fly through this, but
That's
with a mask on, the
Yeah,
guy's got
man.
an American mask. That's pretty new.
and a hippo.
Looks like he's not wearing pants though.
Well, you know, he jumped out there, as gnomes do. Ah,
All right, so now we've passed the gnomes.
okay.
Other types of things.
Mm-hmm.
Couple of piggies.
So many creatures. Just
You can plant in the pig.
sure, absolutely. Oh, beautiful.
A little fountain.
Dolphin fountain. This was running out there on their property. Oh yeah. Oh yes. That was big.
That's you found that.
Oh man, he was about 7 feet tall. Isn't that fun?
The garden decor of feel like you're sitting at a old-timey gas station.
Yes. It's
I don't get it.
yeah.
This one is kind of neat.
Yeah. And
It's a stove with...
yeah, isn't that fun? But they're growing impatiens in it. I mean, they're utilizing this. It has functionality on the property. It's a
the
beautiful
exhaust
tree.
goes right into the tree.
Right into the tree. Yeah. You know.
There are people who have this garden gnome or garden decoration compulsive disorder. So you've got the cure right here.
I've got the cure. So this is a Loropetalum Cerise charm.
It is charming.
Isn't it charming? This is a fairly new variety that we grow here at our farm. Loropetalum is amazing, evergreen, but look at the foliage on Cerise charm.
I love it.
It's almost black. Isn't that
I love it.
incredible?
This is a great plant. Early signs, but it's a great plant.
Beautiful plant. So full sun and Cerise charm, perfect in a nice little gnomey garden because
So
it's
these
rather small growing. It doesn't get
Petite
huge.
Loropetalums
It is.
have had a reputation of a very poor root system.
Yes.
What are your indications of this? Should I dare to pull it out of the pot?
I dare you. I know you're going to
We're
take
gonna make
that
a
dare.
mess.
That's okay. Let's do it.
I don't want to turn it upside
This
down.
is a new crop. Yes.
This is much better rooter.
Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That's a nice thing to see. Nice roots on them. He's happy.
I think that's a winner right there.
It is. It is. And look how well it's doing outside in blazing hot sun. Beautiful.
Yeah, we don't have it in shade.
No, it grows. Any red leaf plant, it's going to get its nice intense red color, and the more light it's exposed to. So this grows about 3 to 4 foot high and wide, evergreen, and critters don't eat it. The deer leave this guy alone.
Love this guy.
Wonderful, absolutely fantastic plant.
Why do people love garden gnomes? What's at the root of this? Well, let me show you what I found, beginning with a basic assumption about human psychology. See, there's this tendency we all have to anthropomorphize everything, which means we take things that are not human and we give them human traits and characteristics. And it works extremely well for Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck, but when we anthropomorphize plants, it doesn't work out quite as well. How can trees walk? How can they talk? Plants are extremely alien to us. It's easier for us to imagine clocks and plates coming to life than it is for plants. When plants take on human form, the results are often creepy or terrifying. Sometimes it's silly. Often, it's both scary and goofy at the same time. But you see, the garden gnome can be seen as occupying an intermediate realm, a mythical space between plants and humans. Because of this, they feel relatable to us, a safe conduit which allows us to deal with the extreme otherness of plants.
What about garden gnomes?
They're not elves, they're not dwarves, they're their own little race of little people.
The gnome is the elemental being, if you like, of the earth, coming from the Latin word and meaning earth dweller.
They live underground. They are considered to be good luck if you don't mess with their treasure.
So I have a collection of little fellows here. This guy is living next to the toadstool door. He looks quite happy working away. Fellow here, leaning on his spade. And over time I'll probably add a few more gnomes and possibly a few more plants as well.
The earliest examples of statues of gnomes date back to the 1700s.
And you wonder what's the deal with putting them in your garden. Since they are earth dwellers, they're all about the earth and plant processes. So they're good luck to have in a garden. They come out of ground, which obviously this one did. In daylight, they turn to stone.
Ah!
So it's kind of cruel to have all these little stone captured gnomes in your garden, and actually there's a gnome liberation front.
There was no note, no request for ransom, just a garden gnome gone.
That is, until last week.
The gnome was sitting on the front doorstep with a package underneath him.
Inside that package, a calendar documenting every stop during this 6-month-long gnome napping.
Just a collection of gnomes, that's about all I can tell you.
Gene Stifler is the creator of Gnome Hill.
I've never seen anything like it in my life, never, and I just think it's wonderful that someone takes the time and the effort.
They make me sound like I'm a saint or something.
In a spiritual sense, the gnome is no different from the crude clay sculpture that the people would have originally created to honour the folklore and to bring the gnome in. You've just done it in a modern way, perhaps without noticing.
But in these enlightened times, what possible value, what role can gnomes offer to us?
There's a big problem with traditional garden gnomes.
Their motivational techniques are as antiquated as they are.
Oh, you grew a new leaf! Way to go! What do you want, a trophy?
You're pathetic. You're a failure. Plants today deserve modern motivation.
From Gnomovate, the best plant motivational speakers can be yours.
Tiny Robin.
Tiny Tony, what are you doing here?
Success does not mean taking, and success can mean truly growing and giving.
Gnome for Winfrey.
The number one thing you have to do is to work on yourself.
Joel Gnomestein.
Every blessing that has your name on it, if you will be patient, it's going to be much better than you think.
Nope Dog.
Teamwork like a dream one.
You dig?
Your plants will thank you.
Okay, well, since you're not a fan of gnomes.
You can guess how I'm going to vote on this one.
This is
oh my goodness.
This is going to your yard, sir.
Get out of here.
It's a gift. It's a gift to you. I think your kids will enjoy that. I think it says it all. Yeah, that is That was from me to you, sir. Because
Thank you.
I don't think you're a fan of gnomes, so...
I preferred the snake plant. That was a lot better. All right.
If your wife will let you put that in your yard. This is a gnome-based inside plant. This is a walking Kalanchoe. I love it because, I mean, Kalanchoe is a huge group of succulents. This guy can grow, he can get maybe about 18 to 20 inches tall. But what I love about him is that he just kind of sends out these stolons that are developing these roots.
You can already see the roots
Is that
before
amazing?
they're touching anything.
So it like propagates itself, but it's just kind of cool because it can kind of creep through like a gnome. You know, they just like
how
show
much
up.
time from the way it was there to there?
Oh, not long, just a few weeks. Yes, and there's new little babies coming out down in here. See the little baby down there? Isn't that amazing? A walking Kalanchoe. He's putting on a new set of leaves too, but I just think, you know, he's just kind of creepy, just kind of going along. It just made me feel like, oh yeah, I can see a little gnome popping up in the living room when you have this on a shelf, like, oh, here I am.
We're going to watch just a couple minutes of a Plant Pop film that is about a glass blower that is making sculpture that is actually really beautiful.
My name's Newt Grover. I have a home studio on my property, Scottsdale, Arizona. I'm one of the few fools that wants to blow glass in the desert. I've been blowing glass for like 24 years, and probably the last 10 years have been much more focused on plant-type motifs. Plants are such a rich palette to play with. I find flowers, colors, shapes, all that incredibly inspiring. I like agaves, just all your cactus. I mean, for years I go out when, like in April and May, and I just will randomly photograph cactus blossoms, because they're so beautiful. In almost anything in nature, plants especially, there's so much beauty in there that people just don't understand. They just pass by it every day, and they have no clue.
I love it. Here's an artist who's had this experience in his life and saying, there's so much beauty and I'm so captivated by it, and people walk right past it, and he's trying to say, what can I do that you can't walk past it?
Right.
I don't know.
This subtle beauty that's always there, always prevalent. And
that's right.
Yeah, we just, walk right by it, but it's amazing. That kind of plant blindness, right?
We should talk about that.
We should talk about that.
Well, maybe we'll do it later.
Okay.
Do the plant show every week. We appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Leave us comments. Send us plant pics.
Please do.
Tell us what you think. We'd love to get to know you and be friends.
Please do. Thank you.